Hey guys, what's up? Happy International Women's Day. This is super exciting for all the beautiful goddesses that are watching. And let me just be the one to tell you that you are a wealth building goddess, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Um, Today's a great day, right? There's so many reasons why, but specifically, let's talk about building wealth and how women are so powerful, right? And sometimes we shrink in our power to make other people feel comfortable, or we shrink because we feel like we don't have all the knowledge and all the things that we need to show up our dopest, boldest self in rooms. And ladies, let me be the first to tell you that you have everything that you need. And if there's something that you feel like you truly are lacking, there are so many resources, people that would love to help you, communities that you can be in, and things that you can do to improve those things that you feel like you are lacking. And one of those areas, if it is in your wealth, is like just keep following me, right? Just keep following me, tapping in, engaging, and being like really excited about wealth building because I will always be a resource with anything that I know I'm going to share it, right? So, yes, let's celebrate that and put some like fire emojis and all the things in the comments because we are celebrating International Women's Day. But let's talk about three wealth building things that we could really start doing right now to make us feel more confident in our finances and the things that we are doing to build wealth, right? And so the first one is mindset, right? Like so many people get it confused and they think like, well, if I get a budget, right? Because that's what everyone's telling me I need, all of my financial troubles or issues or stressors will go away. So yes, budgeting is a tool, right? It's a strategy that's going to help you manage your money. I also call it a spending plan, a wealth plan, a money map, whatever it is that you want to call it, right? But yes, that is a tool. That's a strategy that's going to help you get organized. That's going to help you find some clarity with where your money is going. But it all starts with your mindset and the relationship that you have with your money. What is your current money story? What is your current money story? Like, are there things in your story, right? Your chapters that you are still holding on to, shames of decisions that you've made in the past, money decisions you've made in the past, guilt about some of the decisions that you've made or things that you have done for money, right? There's some money beliefs. Hey, Morgan, there's some money beliefs that you have that are like sabotaging your goals, right? Maybe you're a perfectionist and you're afraid to make a mistake. So you're like, you know what? I'm not going to take any risk at all. And I'm not going to invest. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to play it safe. And that's keeping you in a certain financial space that you probably no longer want to be in, right? So, what is your current money story telling you? And is it something that you want to change? Because, guys, guess what? We have the power to decide something different, to decide a different ending to our money story, to decide that we want to write the ending and like have it in like a fairy tale where we're all millionaires or billionaires and we're like drinking pina coladas on the beach 6 months a year, right? Like we have the power to decide if we want to make a change, but it's really up to you to make that decision. Is the job that you're in no longer serving the direction that you want to go in life? And are you going to decide to stay there because it's comfortable, right? Because you know, like you've been there for 10 years and you know that they're going to pay you, you know, the supervisor, you know what to expect. So you're just going to accept the salary that they're paying you. You're going to accept the terms that you are uncomfortable with, that's not in alignment with your wealth building strategy or your wealth building path. Or are you going to decide to do something different? Are you going to decide to just apply for that job, even if you think you may not be eligible for it? Just apply. Let them tell you no. Don't disqualify yourself because you think you don't have the skills that you need to be eligible for that job, right? Don't not go after that client or that big contract because you're afraid that they're going to tell you no, or you're afraid that maybe you can't show up as dope as you thought that you could and you might let them down. Don't count yourself out and decide that you are going to do something different than what you are currently doing if you want something different, right? The next thing is our behaviors. So you guys all know that I love, I love to laugh, be silly, joke about some of the things that we may decide to do with our money. Like, for example, go on like a 0 day spending for like 2, 3 days, right? And then all of a sudden you spend $500 in one day. And it's like, man, I could have just spent money every day of the week instead of not spending at all, right? So we do those things, right? And we can make a joke about it because we can make light of it. But we really need to stop for a moment, pause, and look at our behaviors. How are we managing our money? What is the relationship that we have with our money? Are we sabotaging ourselves, right? Are we spending money when we could really be accelerating our money goals? And just that shift in one behavior could really put us into a whole different financial space in a year, right? What if you actually stopped doing some of the things that you were doing with the way that you are spending your money, and you took a year, right? And took that extra money and paid off your debt, or you took that extra money and you invested it every single month for a year, right? Or you took that money and you put it in your financial freedom fund, and then by the end of the year you were able to buy an investment property, or by the end of the year you were debt free, or maybe you had all your credit cards paid off and now you can start working on your personal loan, right? Or you're in a space to where now you don't have to ever worry about if you lose your income because now you have 6 months worth of household expenses saved, right? And now you're not stressing about how are you going to pay the next bill, right? You're not living paycheck to paycheck, right? You know, there's this statistic that households that had an extra, if they had an extra $500, that would have stopped most divorces, right? Or that would have stopped most people from filing bankruptcy. So now, guys, $500 could have saved marriages, or it could have stopped someone from filing bankruptcy. $500 is an amount that most of us could spend on DoorDash in a month, or we could spend on Amazon buying things that by the time they get delivered, we don't even know why we ordered them, or we use it one time and it's not really something that we really wanted, right? Because we were trying to fill a void in that moment, right? So think about your current behaviors and think about, is it supporting the path that you want to take so that you are a wealth building goddess? And then the third one is be in community, right? Community is so important. You know, I spoke to a woman earlier today who had booked a call with me, and I just reached out with her and just had a, you know, just a quick check in. And, you know, she shared that, you know, I'm not surrounded by people who are doing positive things with their money. And, you know, I really want to get around other people. Well, that is the space that I am creating. I also find spaces that are already created to be in so that I'm around other people that are working towards big goals. And, you know, we don't have to be the one in there with the biggest goal, right? Maybe your goal is to earn $100,000 because that is where you want to be, right? And no goal is too small, no goal is too big. But maybe you don't want to be a millionaire, right? Even though I think it's pretty cool if you are, because you have so much more opportunity to do more things, right? But maybe your goal is to reach $100,000 a year, right? Well, if you are in community with other women, other people that is already making $100,000, or they're making that in a month, right? Now you're like, oh, that's too easy. Like, I can do that. That's totally something that I can reach. That's a goal that I can reach versus being around people that are like, I'll never make more than $20 an hour, right? Or I'll never get past $75,000, right? So it's very important that you're in community with people who are also working towards positive goals with their money. They're also going to be there to encourage you, to support you, right? And when you are celebrating your wins, it's no longer going to feel like you're bragging, or you're the only one in the room that's winning. So therefore you want to hold back all your success because you feel guilty, right? Or you feel like, oh my gosh, if I share, people are going to look at me differently because I'm like so open and excited about the goals that I'm reaching. So that means you need to be in community with other people that are doing similar things or on their path to growth. And that will make you like the best wealth building goddess, right? So to start that journey, I want to invite you to my masterclass, right? Because this masterclass is going to give you 5 easy under your nose ways that you can multiply that extra cash. You know, so many of us, we get a pay increase, and the first thing we want to do is spend, right? Like we've been programmed to go and spend, go buy yourself these nice things that you weren't able to, afford before you got the raise and you got the extra money. But we really should take a moment and like pause before we do any of those big purchases and see like what are my goals, what are the things that I really want, and how can I multiply this cash so now I can really accelerate the things that I want to accomplish. And that is what we're going to do in this masterclass. I'm going to show you 5 easy ways to multiply your extra cash so now you can pay off debt, right? You can save more. You can go on that vacation that you have been putting off, or maybe add that vacation that you want to add into your yearly plan, right? You can start investing more, right? You can look at those big goals and be like, wow, I really can find extra money so that I can invest in that investment property or get that vending machine or start that other project that I've been wanting to work on because now I have the extra cash flow over here. So now that can free up some time so I'm not working as much, right? So I invite you, it's March 30th, it's $97, y'all. And more than likely, one of the strategies is going to show you how to get the $97 back if you actually implement the strategy. That's the beauty of what I do is I can show you how to make the money back just in one session. So the link is she'sthebudgetguru.com/spring clean if you want to join and get registered. Don't wait till the last minute because I will not be on Zoom trying to send you the link to make sure you get into the masterclass because I'm going to be busy with the people that's there. And we are going to be like learning 5 easy under your nose ways to make that money. So, guys, I love y'all. Y'all all beautiful wealth building goddesses. And hey Sherm. And yeah, like I look forward to you to be at the masterclass, but I hope that those 3 things that I just shared on how you can be a wealth building goddess is something to get your wheels turning and get you really into action to start taking different money moves. Because guys, this is a new year. Like we need to stop doing those things that just wasn't really supporting like the direction that we're going in. We could really have such an amazing life if we really invest in ourselves. We take the time to really like say like I'm dope, right? And I'm gonna show up. And as long as I show up and I like do everything in my power to make the best of a situation, I'm always going to get an investment, a return on my investment, and make some really great decisions and move forward. So have an awesome day. Stay safe. Y'all better get my sis help. That's right, Adrienne. She knows I've done a couple of lives in her Facebook group. And yeah, like we be on there talking for like 2 hours about money. So this is how much I love talking about money. But anyway, I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'm talking about. But have an awesome evening. Stay safe, y'all. And happy International Women's Day. Good thing I had pants on today because if not, that would have been pretty embarrassing. Good evening, y'all.